Portugal are playing Colombia, and this game is going to decide who qualifies first, second, or third within Group K. And with Congo and Uzbekistan in the rest of the group, this could be a really crucial match for these top places, which are key for getting an easier route through the World Cup knockouts. Now, the game is on Saturday, the 27th, at Miami Stadium, and these two sides are looking pretty decent after their first few results. Portugal, of course, drew to Congo, but then beat Uzbekistan 5-0. So that was a really relieving match there. And we've seen those big sides go down and struggle against sides such as Congo, who have sat back in their back five of defence, all 11 behind the ball, and try to just keep it to a clean sheet. Now, Colombia have also looked pretty exciting. I've really enjoyed watching them and their style that they are producing this World Cup. Now, what their strengths are is their link up play and their work around the wide areas. Now, they've got Luis Diaz and James Rodriguez and Victor Munoz, who are so good at playing out wide and creating opportunities. I've really enjoyed the way they've passed with slip perfection, and they've shown they can hold the ball that way with the skill set they provide to keep that ball. Now, they have been slightly weaker finishing. Uh, they haven't been able to put the topping on the cake, but with with that, they still have been able to create decent opportunities and are looking quite strong. Now, they could also be quite vulnerable to quick counters due to the fact that some of their players do roam quite high, such as Victor Munoz in defence. He does go quite high, move quite high, so they could be under pressure there as well. Now, Portugal, on the other hand, they're really strong at creating as well, and that midfield is a very exciting midfield to watch. But the the other thing with this Portuguese side is their fullbacks, Nuno Mendes and João Cancelo. Now, the attention's always on the Portugal midfield with Vitinha, Bruno Fernandes, and João Neves, and then those wingers. But it's more, I would say, for me, the fullbacks who are great at creating opportunities because of their runs forward, especially Nuno Mendes, who likes to run high and create very quick runs straight down that left flank. And just gives Vitinha, Neves, and Fernandes an extra option to look for because they do sometimes get stuck with only Ronaldo to look for, as Neto and Felix are not quite the quality they would like on those wings. Now, they do get caught sometimes with that counter because of their fullbacks getting quite high, so that could also be a real vulnerability for Portugal here. And since both sides really are going to be vulnerable in that area, it could be quite an interesting matchup and could be about those wingers, how they can get behind the defence lines. Now, Luis Diaz is going to be so important for Colombia, as he always is, on that left wing, and that's because of his he's just a world class player. His creation is quite superb, and he is pretty much the perfect left winger you would want in the team. Now, the other guy I love watching is Victor Munoz, and his really long and high runs he creates and gives them an extra option. James Rodriguez doesn't actually always sit on that right wing. He does drop into more of a number 10 role. So Munoz is an option from that right and gives them that extra attacking player and extra width they can use within matches. Now, Portugal, their key player is Bruno Fernandes, and he has been in incredible form and can create opportunities just like that. Now, the opportunities cannot be finished without a player like Ronaldo. And if Ronaldo is playing well, Portugal should perform to a good standard. Now, if he's not, that could be an issue for Portugal. But we saw with his last match, 2 goals. I think he can stand up at strike, and we know he's got incredible experience. We cannot deny how good Cristiano Ronaldo is, despite his age. Now, that could be the big questions for this game will be how well Portugal work those wingers, and whether they do just try to work those fullbacks without overlapping runs and try to keep the wingers as hanging in that area, because I think the fullbacks will do a better job of getting behind and producing quality crosses into that box for Ronaldo and whoever else tries getting in there. So that's where I think they will be best at. And on that left side, Portugal, they can find the vulnerabilities of Munoz moving too high. So it's going to be key to see whether Nuno Mendes and João Felix do work together well with those overlapping runs. Now, it's also going to be interesting to see how these two sides play the position game. I think Portugal will hold most of the position within the match, while Colombia will try to hit it with the speed and their link-up play on counter-attacks, as they are great at connecting well. I think overall this game is going to end as a 2-2 draw, as Colombia, I think, can make use of those vulnerabilities of Portugal and are looking like a really exciting side. So a lot to look forward